Hello everyone, I'm Brandon. Now I am doing the Nathan Downhour confrontation with Chris Hansen. So let's see what we have here.
So day one came and seemed fine.
So as you remember from the chat log, Nathan said he's 6'3", so he's a very tall guy. But at the same time, just he's not that big, and just kind of his overall demeanor, he doesn't appear very threatening. He kind of just seems like a dopey kind of guy, I guess.
Hey, Nathan?
And I can't remember in the chat log, did she tell him to come in, or did he just like walk in? He just looks like, I don't know, he's probably nervous, but like Timothy Isaac, he just looked so excited when he walked in. Nathan here just looks kind of dopey and not impressed.
Hey, Nathan?
Yep.
I just cut the crap out of my toe. I'm getting a Band-Aid. Hold up the kitchen counter for a second, okay?
In this case, as in the previous investigations, we worked with the computer watchdog group, Perverted Justice. Its decoys go into chat rooms posing as 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, home alone.
I'll be right back down.
And this is one of the older ones where, Della would have her toe versus banister kind of scenario, or they'd have the throwing something in the laundry or gotta brush my teeth, whatever they said. In the later ones, they started to have a little bit more of a talk between the decoys, or between the decoy and the predator, and I kind of like those because up until this point, you only ever got to see them interacting online over text. It's kind of nice to see them talking in real life with the guy who thinks that he's with the girl, and it kind of just gives a little bit more insight into what they're doing. But in these older ones like this, Chris Hansen just came out right away.
Do me a favor and just go have a seat right on the outside of the bar, please. And take your hands out of your pockets for me. Go ahead, have a seat. As a potential predator...
Yeah, look at this guy. He's just looking at him like a deer caught in the headlights. This is the look of a guy who knows that he is busted.
...walks in. There's a whole other investigation starting outside the house. The sheriff's department is moving into position.
And yeah, these guys, they would probably be surprised to know if they ever watched their segment on TV. Up until this point, they have no idea that any of this is a bust or a sting. They assume it's them and the girl. It must be kind of embarrassing to know that all these people from different organizations, law enforcement and television, and they're all reading your stuff and monitoring what you're doing, and they're all working behind the scenes to catch you. That would be quite shocking and embarrassing. And that's very good.
Trying to monitor what's going on so there are no surprises. The police are set up in a house across the street. There's a motorhome. They've got the entire area covered.
What are you doing here? Came to visit somebody?
Yeah, he's just staring at Chris Hansen. You can just see what's running through his mind. He's like, who the freaking hell is this guy? And yeah, the logical choice, things you would assume, it's either a police officer or it's the dad. But it's probably hard to kind of figure it out, especially in an intense moment like this, because it's if it was the dad, he would probably be very angry and more like, who the fuck are you? Get out of my house, kind of thing. Whereas the police would be identifying themselves as the police and arresting you. Instead, you just got this sharply dressed man here kind of calmly asking you to sit down and asking what you're doing. So it'd be hard. No, I don't think anyone in this situation would guess that he's a TV personality. So Nathan's probably like, who is this guy? And what does he know? And what do I say? He's probably got all these things running through his mind. So let's see what he does.
Who did you come to visit? Katie?
Katie. How old is Katie?
13.
13.
I wonder what was going through his head there. I wonder if he was thinking should I lie about this? And then decided not to, or if he was putting on an act, trying to pretend like he couldn't remember, like it wasn't a big deal to him. Let's watch that again.
Katie. How old is Katie?
13.
He just does a little tilt of his head where he looks away, waits like 1,000, 2, 1,000, then looks back. 13?
13. And how old are you?
23.
23. Do you see if...
Look at that grimace on Chris Hansen's face.
23.
23.
He's like, are you kidding me?
Do you see a problem with that?
You had to think about it. And it just kind of goes to his personality, just his pathetic, needy, clingy, stalkery personality, that he just doesn't even really try to defend himself. Like, he has no personality. He's just kind of like, yeah, she's 13. Like, you can't even, like, some of the guys come up, at least try to come up with a creative lie. He doesn't. He just, like, admits to it. Doesn't really have any sort of look on his face. Like, there's barely any, like, fear anymore. It's just kind of like he's just looking at him with a blank expression. And
That's yes.
Hmm?
And what is the problem that you see?
She's 13.
I mean, there seems little doubt as to what you wanted to do here, based upon the chat. You could stay up late, sleep in your dad's bed, try on his girlfriend's clothes, underwear included, or run around the house nude.
yeah, and just having finished the chat log, I think that might have been the very first line that was starting to lead down that sexual path. He got a little bit more vulgar later on, but it took him a while to get into that, and I think it just, his personality is that he's just like a timid kind of guy who is just probably afraid to talk to like anyone, like approach women, anything like that. So even with this young girl, and even being online, it just took him a lot more time to work up to the sexual stuff than other guys did. But he still did it once they confirmed that he was going to come over and all that, and he kind of tested the waters a bit. Then he started coming out with the, poetic kind of bullshit that he was saying. But he's kind of a beta kind of guy. I don't like using those terms, but sometimes they really work. And like, this is the kind of guy that is like that, where he's probably thinks he's a very nice guy. He pretends he was caring about the decoy when he absolutely was not. He wasn't asking her, where she was the night before because he was concerned. He was asking because he was jealous and didn't want her to be with another guy or anything like that. So he's a very jealous kind of guy. And any woman, like a grown woman dating him, would be in big trouble if she somehow found herself in a relationship with her, because he would probably be calling and texting her constantly, driving by her house, demanding to know where she was. He'd probably get very, very pissed off when he didn't get his way. And he would, in his own mind, he would think that he's such a nice guy and he doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. And he would basically turn his anger on women and start having those kind of like incel type thoughts where none of it's his fault because he's such a good guy, when really he's just like a pathetic loner. Like, he even has prospects. Like he said in his chat log, he was going to school to get his master's degree in I can't remember what it was, like some sort of like zoology thing. He's gonna like work with animals. So like, he's pursuing a job that is, I'm assuming, decent paying. It requires intelligence. He has his life kind of mapped out. He has career prospects. He was still living with his parents, which means like he doesn't have his financial situation has to be okay because he can't have overwhelming debts or anything. So in all things considered, he was doing well. He had things to like live for, but he's just such a pathetic loner that he couldn't like attract a woman or something. So he's just kind of trolling online for whatever he can get, and somehow found himself in this situation.
Instant messaging allows for a way to talk differently.
Yeah. So, when he's just sitting there with his like hand pressed to his mouth, like he's just afraid to speak. Then he says, like, online I talk differently. is funny because I just said like how kind of timid and shy he was online, and if he considers that to be his outgoing self, like wow, this guy must be a blast at parties. Like Jesus, like I mean, you know, I used to be quite shy too. There's nothing really wrong with that. Not everyone can be outgoing, but to be like this and then like be doing horrible things or thinking that, you know, I bet you in his own mind it kind of justified it, right? He even said in his chat log, you know, watch out for all the like old men out there who are perverts. Kind of like he considers himself in a different category, and obviously he's 23, he's not really old, but compared to a 13-year-old, they would think that he is. He's way too old for her. And he's also a pervert for all the stuff that he said and what he wanted to do, but he considers himself not in that same category, because it's probably in his own mind. He just tells himself what a nice guy he is. There's a lot of nice guys in the world that go on to do horrible things.
You're not actually facing the person, so you don't have to deal with the embarrassment of saying those sort of things to their face.
And I think he's probably being honest there, that, I mean, at least for him, that he could say that kind of thing, because you don't have to see them face to face. Because I bet you anytime this guy is face to face with a woman, or anyone else for that matter, he's probably extremely shy. And you can just tell by the way he's kind of just folding here. He's not really sticking up for himself. He just kind of uses his arms to like half hug himself while pressing his fist to his cheek, like he's just kind of like covering himself up, and he's super nervous just because. And honestly, Chris is not yelling at him, he's not intimidating him, like other than what this is about, it's not a very confrontational situation. So, but he's just kind of sitting there and just like, that's probably what his personality is. He probably just doesn't have an exciting kind of voice. He just kind of, I don't know, he's just kind of a boring guy. And he probably kind of lives online, because online he just has like a kind of a fantasy life or a fantasy personality, and that fantasy personality he uses to, you'll pick up girls. And now he's here. And it kind of makes me wonder, if Chris Hansen wasn't here, if this was not a sting, if it was a real girl, how would he have acted? Like, would he have finally have seen her? And obviously she was more outgoing. You know, she said she did cheerleading and stuff, and she had friends, and her dad's wealthy. She lives in this big house. She's even, like, she's the decoy said she was not a virgin, whereas this guy is. So almost like she's more worldly than he is. So I wonder if he would have just kind of backed down and been so intimidated and scared of this 13-year-old girl that he probably would not have even made a move. I bet you he would have like waited for her to do something to him, and even then he probably would have been scared out of his mind. I could be wrong. That's just kind of the impression I get of this guy, that he just he can't be the man he wants to be in real life, so he tries to live that online. Doesn't do a very good job of it, and then finally works up the courage to come meet her face to face, and then now he's in a world of trouble.
So it doesn't bother you I am 13. No, it's cool. You get into very graphic detail about what you want to do to him.
And honestly, like, it wasn't that like, it was graphic, but compared to a lot of the other Predators, it was far less graphic. I was actually surprised how long it took him. You know, we're kind of getting into the last, like, you know, 1/5 of the chat log pretty much before he started getting into the really more graphic stuff. Up until then, I was quite surprised that he didn't really go down that path as much as some of the others. And it wasn't because he didn't want to. I bet you in his own mind he knew what he wanted. He was probably just very nervous. He was worried about making a fool of himself, or worried about what she would think, or scaring her off, or whatever excuse he had. So he couldn't come right out and say it, but we know damn right well he wanted it. And it doesn't matter what, you know, his intentions were, because right now he showed up there, so he's just as guilty as the guy who said the most vile things. He still wanted to go through with it.
Fantasies dreamed up online are in your mind. Things you might not be able to willingly do when it comes down to it.
And yeah, so things dreamed up online you might not be able to do when it comes down to it. A lot of Predators have said that. I would say probably more than half have kind of said, I showed up but I wasn't going to do anything. Maybe even more than half. A lot of them have. And I think Nathan is probably if I had to pick one, he's probably the only predator where it might be true. Where he showed up and would have probably chickened out. He probably just would have been so scared that he could not have gone through with it. Worst case scenario, she could have started crawling up him or something, and he would have just covered his head with his hoodie or something. He just would have been so terrified. I don't know if he's that pathetic. I'm kind of joking a bit, but he just might not be that far from the truth. So he's probably saying here, he's basically saying he's a smooth talking kind of suave guy online because it's a fantasy world. In real life, he's not. And obviously, it's probably happened before where kind of plans he's had online and things he's fantasized about, when he's actually with someone in real life, it never pans out the way that he wanted. So there's a good likelihood that he was expecting this to be the exact same kind of situation.
Nathan Downhour starts out saying, look, this is just all fantasy. I wasn't really going to act on it. And what I said really wasn't that bad anyway. Then I started going back through the chat, and I'm reading him passages that are quite explicit.
Well, after I remove your shirt and bra, I will run my hands along your body's smooth skin. I will gently cup and massage your soft breasts, kiss them, and run my tongue along them. Mm-hmm. And it goes on from there.
Yeah, so there you go. It got a little bit worse than that, but he said enough to incriminate himself. She was 13. He was coming over. He said his intentions were to have sex. It doesn't matter how much the individual lines of the chat log, what their level of vulgarity is. It's all that matters is that he came over. Guys like Mike Manzies who don't really get into sexual stuff at all. It doesn't mean that they're less guilty. It just means maybe that they're smart enough to know not to put that stuff down on paper because, in written form, because it's gonna come back as evidence later. But their intent could still be the same, and all that matters is what they wanted to do. It's back to the robbing the bank example I've used before. If you're going to rob a bank and you actually end up robbing it, it doesn't matter how detailed your plans were or anything like that. All that matters is you did the act. Who cares what led up to it? It's still the end thing. If he went there and he raped this girl, who cares if he was nice in his chats or if he was vulgar or anything or how poetic he was? It's the end result is the same and he's as guilty as the rest of them.
In graphic detail. What are we to make of this? Now you have my heart pumping and my blood racing. I
just want it is kind of I wonder what his life is like. It's like I said, he does seem to have things going for him. Some guys, even James Rutherford, they're divorced. It's just their life is kind of in the pits at the moment. Doesn't justify what they're doing, but it's things are kind of going badly. For Nathan, it seems like he's got prospects. He's doing okay. So he doesn't have that. Is it just he's lonely because he's just so shy and lacking in confidence that he just really doesn't have any friends or romantic attachments? So he has to kind of go for whatever he can get. And he's probably if he's intimidated by a 13-year-old girl, he's probably very intimidated by a 23-year-old girl. And they would probably, either just completely ignore him, brush him off, or some of them make fun of him to his face. He's probably had that before. He's probably faced a lot of rejection. But he's probably just gotten to the point where he's just so kind of such a scared little boy in a man's body that he doesn't approach them at all. But he figures if he goes to the younger girls 13, they don't have enough worldly experience yet to kind of realize what a loser he is, so that maybe he has a chance with them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in his life, but it just seems like he's just a sad, pitiful guy with no personality.
Just remember, please don't tell anyone that we might have sex, or if we do have sex, we would both be in a lot of trouble.
I know it's wrong.
Yeah, and see right there, he said in the chat log that he's aware that is illegal. So it's he was going to do it. He knows it's illegal, and even just said right now, I know it's wrong.
But I want to tell you that I think it would be worth the risk. What should happen to you?
Chris should have been like, is it worth the risk now?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the law says about this,
Well, it's illegal.
but nothing has happened yet.
I don't think Nathan had a clear understanding of how the law works in Ohio. What he thought was, okay, I might be in trouble for this chat, but I can't be arrested because I hadn't actually had sex with a girl yet.
Yeah, and I bet you like a lot of the predators were dumb enough to think that, right? They're like, I can't get caught unless I go through with it. So basically, I'm safe up until the moment I'm about to do it. So they think that they could travel, they could have this discussion, they could travel there, meet the girl, kind of, scope the house out, make sure everything's cool, before they finally make the decision to go through with it. And up until that point, they can't be touched. Where it's like, clearly that's not the case, and it would be idiotic for any legal system to have that as a rule. That, the police could be standing there watching, but they couldn't stop the guy right until there was physical touching. Like, obviously that's not the case, because I think it was in the interrogation with Jeff Sokol, the cop is like, why would we ever let it get to that point? Like, why would we let some poor innocent person be traumatized like that just to get a stronger case? It's like, no, if they have enough evidence that you were coming there to do that, they're going to bust you before you get a chance to do it. And thank God there's laws like that, because it prevents people from being hurt, and it makes sure that these guys get busted.
I just showed up. But that's not how the law works.
Well, I know. But it's illegal for someone to use the internet to solicit somebody who's 13 for sex.
That I wasn't aware of.
You were.
What does he mean he was not aware of that? Like, he said in the chat log that well, I guess he could argue that he meant if they went through with it and then got caught, they would both be in trouble. Maybe he didn't know that he'd get caught beforehand. But how could he be? Like, if he's going for a master's degree, he's 23. Most people at this point, they would have watched some sort of police show or movie that dealt with like courtroom stuff, or like there's a lot of material out there that have had similar stories to this. Like, how could you not know that this was illegal? And even if you hadn't seen it on TV, like, wouldn't you just kind of know? It's like, doing drugs or something. Like, you might not know what the penalty is, or you might not know that if you can get in trouble for smoking it, or just being caught with it, or selling it. But you would have to know that, hey, this is wrong. I'm going to try to stay away from the cops because I know that this is illegal. How could he be an intelligent guy getting a master's degree and not be aware that this blatantly illegal thing was illegal?
Or unaware of.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you think it would be lawful to do something like that?
It didn't catch my mind.
It didn't catch your mind that it would be wrong for you as a grown man to come into this home where you thought a 13-year-old girl was home alone after this sexually explicit conversation.
The law was broken because of what he said online, the solicitation, and the fact that he showed up. It didn't matter that there really wasn't a young teenage girl in the house waiting for him to have sex. He, according to the authorities, was breaking the law.
Well, Nathan, there's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story about adults.
I wonder why they keep this water bottle here. I wonder if it's just so they have something to drink. It's something to something James Rutherford was like, he asked, can I have some of this water? It's something there to keep them there longer. If they just have something there for comfort, it just keeps them there a little bit longer if they can have a drink of water, which gives them more television entertainment.
Who try to meet underage boys and girls.
He doesn't even move when the cameras come out. Like, most of the guys react somehow with surprise, or they try to hide themselves. Nathan just sits there unmoving, just hand pressed to his cheek like that, just staring into Chris Hansen's eyes. Like, could you imagine being friends with this guy and he just like sits there like that and stares at you and kind of mumbles and doesn't really say anything of interest, and there's no inflection in his voice. He just kind of like has nothing to say. Like, this guy sucks, basically.
For sex on the internet. If you have anything else that you'd like to tell me, I'd be happy to hear it. If not, you're obviously free to walk out that door.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Okay.
I finish my conversation with Nathan. He leaves. Sheriffs arrest him. He's taken to this auxiliary building for the next step in the process, which is to be processed.
Yeah, Nathan lives with his parents too, so he's gonna have to make one awkward phone call at some point.
Sheriff's office, get on the ground. On the ground right now. On the ground! On the ground! Okay, go back.
You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to you to represent you before any questioning if you wish. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You can decide at any time to exercise these rights.
Yeah, this is some pretty bad looking footage, but we'll have to bear with it.
And not answer any of these questions or make any statements. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
On your knees. Straight up. Walk straight up to the straight car, sir.
And yeah, this guy was just a total pathetic loser in his chat log and his confrontation with Chris Hansen. Like, this guy is he's pathetic. Still a predator though.
Any knives, weapons to be found on you? What? Any knives, weapons to be found on you? Knife, right pocket. Go. Right pocket, there's a knife. Okay.
Is that your car? You got change.
Take the wallet.
Like, he just has no discernible expression. It's like, does he understand what's going on here? This is bad, Nathan. Like, he just doesn't look scared or angry or concerned or annoyed. He's just kind of like, whatever.
Is there anything else? Dude! Where's the bag for the evidence? I got his knife.
You got ID?
You got his knife. Here's his ID.
Here.
You got back for evidence? Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Did we get a report number?
When these shows originally aired, I wonder if these cops ever just gathered around the TV with their family and just like watched it, and they probably just thought that was like their 15 minutes of fame. They just thought they were stars there for a minute.
All right, well, first off here, I'm just going to get a picture of it, and we'll talk to you here, okay?
Do they really need a no smoking sign there to tell the police not to smoke in there?
All right, I'm Sergeant Trussell, this is Deputy Mullen, we're the Dark County Sheriff's Office, okay? Is it correct that you're Nathan Downhour? Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Nathan, we need to talk to you a little bit here about what's been going on, okay? You've already been read your rights, so you understand your rights.
It's kind of strange that these are two different guys than the guys that interrogated Kenneth Brinkman and Jeff Stacy, some of the others. But they all wear ball caps. Is that just normal for police to, like, like police that are in plain clothes to wear ball caps? I mean, it's a fairly popular form of headdress in the Western world, but it just seems strange that they're all wearing them.
Okay, you willing to talk to us here? Okay. First thing I need to know is, what you're doing, why you're coming here, why'd you come to that house on 5K Avenue for? Why did you come here in the first place?
To see a 13-year-old girl in that house.
Okay.
Hopefully Nathan can speak up a bit so we can hear him. Some of the audio in these interrogations is terrible. There's a few of them, like the Flagler Beach ones, you just can't even hear a word they say, so I couldn't even do them. But hopefully Nathan will be quiet here. I'll try to adjust the audio if I can.
What was the screen name of the girl you come to see? You know?
Katie did sings.
Katie did sings? Okay. And what's your screen name?
Green-eyed 121.
Green-eyed 121. Okay. How'd you first meet her?
Online.
You met her online? How long ago was that?
Less than a week.
You've been talking to her every day or what?
Nearly every day.
Okay.
I would make it a safe bet that it was probably every single day. Nathan is pathetic. I can't remember if he said he was a virgin or something, but he gives off those vibes. Like, this guy does not talk to a lot of women, so he would not give up the opportunity to prey on this particular one, who happened to be a minor.
And you knew how old she was when you come, because you just admitted she's 13, right?
Right.
Okay.
Like, he's not even trying to defend himself. He's just admitting to everything. He just looks like a dopey, pathetic loser. And I don't want to pick on his personal appearance, but it looks like his nose is kind of weird. It's like the tip of his nose just sticks out a little bit more than it should. It just gives him a slightly odd appearance.
What made you believe she was 13?
The pictures.
Okay. She typed you
And the fact that she told you she was.
and tell you that, and you believe, by seeing the pictures, you believe she was 13 and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if it's better or worse that he's not even trying to come up with a defense. I mean, obviously it's better because he's not lying and it's easier to convict him. But it just seems strange. Like, isn't it just natural to want to defend yourself and to not want to get in trouble for this? Like, some of the guys just come up with the stupidest excuse, just any reason they could possibly have to try to weasel their way out of this. Like, isn't that just a human instinct? It just seems strange that he's just unwilling to even stick up for himself. It might be different if it's like he knew what he did was wrong, but things if he knew this was wrong, he wouldn't have been talking to her every day or almost every day for a week. He just wouldn't have done any of this. He wouldn't have come down there. So I don't believe that he actually thinks it's wrong. I think he thinks so little of himself that he's just kind of like, oh, whatever happens, happens. Like, he doesn't see any reason just to like stand up for himself and try to like fight for his own benefit. He's just such a pathetic loser that he just folds over at the slightest confrontation, and he just can't even think of a reason to try to talk his way out of it. It's just something about him so pathetic, but it also doesn't make him any less of a predator because he still intended to do what he intended to do, probably because no actual women ever showed interest in him, so he thinks he could just like prey on this one and trick her into liking him because he's like a cool older guy or something. But boy, was he wrong.
Have you ever talked to her on the phone or anything?
Twice.
Twice before today?
Yes.
Okay. How long were your calls, do you know? How long did you talk to her each time?
5 minutes.
5 minutes each time?
5, 10 minutes.
5, 10 minutes? Okay. And what was the phone? Did you call her? She call you, or?
She called me.
Okay. When was that?
Today's Friday.
Right.
She called me Tuesday and I think Thursday or Wednesday.
Something tells me that those phone calls that he's saying that she called him, it's quite likely that she's the one that, or it's believable that she's the one that dialed him, but I bet you he's the one that really initiated it and wanted those phone calls. They weren't calling him because the perverted justice decoy just really wanted to talk to this guy. He wanted the phone call to verify if she was real or not.
What phone number? Where were you at? And what is that?
Campus phone.
Campus phone? What'd you guys talk about? What'd you call?
She asked a few questions. Asked her how she was, what it was like.
Mm-hmm. Did you talk about coming up here?
No.
Okay. What computer were you using to type back and forth?
Laptop.
Laptop? Your own personal laptop? Where's that at?
In my car.
In your car? Okay. Now, as far as you were on your laptop, but where were you at the time? Are you in college? Is that correct? Where do you go to college at?
Taylor.
You go to college in Taylor? Are you familiar with this area over here?
Nope.
Nope. Where do you live at?
Indiana. Hartford
Okay.
City.
Hartford City? That's where you're from?
Hmm.
Okay. When you got here, what was your plans for today? Were you coming to meet her?
Speak up, Nathan.
I guess one thing to remember, we're here to talk to you. We pretty much know what was said. We'll give
Yeah, we already know what you're going to do, Nathan, so just admit to it.
you a chance to cooperate and help yourself, and us understanding why you come here and the reason
Yeah, help you. You're not helping yourself by talking to the police, Nathan.
behind that. Okay? So, if you want to cooperate, tell us the story, tell us why, explain to us why so we understand why.
It's funny, when I got my DUI, they were asking me all these questions, and in Canada we have basically the same rights as the United States, but if you ask for a lawyer, in Canada they don't have to stop talking to you. They can still interrogate you. So I was just like, yeah, I want a lawyer, and they're like, yeah, that's fine, you can get a lawyer, but they still have 100 questions for you. So they're sitting asking me all these questions, and I'm just like, every single one I'm like refusing to answer. And then partway through, one of the cops is like, he's like, just out of curiosity, who told you not to answer questions? And I'm like, well, everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. You're not supposed to talk to the police. And he's like, that's really bad advice. And I was like, well, of course you say that. You're the police. Of course, it's in his interest that people talk, but it's not in my interest. So yeah, you should confess to every crime you've ever committed. Furthermore, you should rat on everyone else that you know for any crimes they may have committed. Yeah, that's what the police want, but that's not going to do you any good. At least he has to understand where we're coming from.
When I came through the door, I pretty much already reached a conclusion that this was something I couldn't go through with.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about the whole drive over here.
He's going with the James Rutherford defense. I decided I wasn't going to do this, and I decided it was wrong, and my whole trip over there while I was driving, I knew it was wrong, I decided not to do it. However, he still went in the house anyway.
And so I figured I'd just tell her face to face that
He wasn't going to come. He just came over to tell her that he wasn't going to come over.
we could spend time together, watch a movie, whatever, but there wouldn't be anything beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you tell her that over text, since that's how you were communicating? Why would you drive all the way over and wait till after you're caught, exposed, and arrested to all of a sudden say that you changed your mind? It's kind of too late by that point.
Right.
Well, I was gonna rob the bank, so drove there, and then I robbed the bank and took the money. But then I decided to give the money back because I wasn't gonna do it. But the police arrested me before I could say that. Yeah, that doesn't work.
I should leave. I just left after that.
Okay. But as far as you guys'
I know.
talking back and forth,
I know.
what were your plans as far as what you guys are communicating?
Our plans, as far as we were communicating, or as far as I was thinking at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
was a sexual activity.
Okay.
But
But now that you're arrested and you're going to be in big trouble, you're retroactively changing your story to you did not want to do that sexual activity, you just wanted to hang out and watch movies.
possible repercussions of actually doing it began to gnaw on my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about it. What would happen if I got caught? I was caught.
Mm-hmm.
And these thoughts never occurred to you during the week that you were chatting with her. It only occurred as you were driving to her house, yet you still made the full trip to her house and walked into the house.
But your whole plan when you come over was to have sex. And then supposedly you've changed that since before you walked in the door you decided that wasn't the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do not believe you, Nathan Downhour. You're lying. That just doesn't make any sense. Like, that was his plan. He went over there, and then, oh, yeah, something tells me if he was not arrested, his plans would not have changed. He fully intended to go over there and do what he intended to do. It's only because he's caught now that he's saying that his plan changed at the last minute. He can't just deny everything and say he never intended for sex because they have the record of it. So he has to say, yeah, during the chat and basically every moment up to me arriving at the house, I intended to do the sexual stuff, but then I changed my mind at the last second, so therefore I should not get in trouble. I don't think they're going to buy it.
Okay. But the whole thing was you emailed her or talked back and forth, chatted with her, advising that you wanted to have sex with her, knowing that she's 13. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Did you bring anything with you to give to her? You ever didn't bring any gifts or anything like that? The only thing you had on him was a pocket knife. Is there anything else in the car?
What is it with these real huge loser type guys like Nathan Downhour and Vincent Ambrosio carrying knives?
There were some books I was going to give her.
What kind of books?
Fantasy novels.
And you say your laptop's in the car, right?
Right.
I bet you Nathan would be the most boring friend to have, just hanging out with this guy. Like, it would not be fun.
Do you have a problem giving us consent to get in your car?
You may get into my car.
Okay, so you're giving us consent to get into your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else in there that we should know about before we get in there?
Let's see. Clothes, bags.
He means like illegal stuff that you should not have. Clothes and bags are fine.
Under the left seat, there's a box of condoms unopened.
I like how he leads with the completely innocent stuff before getting to the incriminating stuff. Yeah, just clothes, bags, some condoms, normal stuff.
And that was supposed to be for something different. I just never used them.
Okay, anything else? No drugs, anything like that? Okay. Is there any pictures on that computer we should know about? Any pictures of children or anything like that that you want to let us know of ahead of time? Any nude pictures or anything that anybody else has sent you or anything?
No.
Okay. There's no pictures of any underage children or anything like that on there?
No.
Okay. So you don't have a problem us looking on your computer either. Give us consent to look on the computer.
You may look on the computer.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fill out a form here in a minute. Have you sign as far as consent, okay? And have you ever sent any nude images to her? Is this the only picture you've ever sent to her? That's the only one? Okay.
Come on, Nathan, you're putting me to sleep. Start saying funny stuff like Jeff Stacy or Kenneth Brinkman.
What is your address actually in Hartford City? Okay. You never had any criminal history or anything?
No.
Anything minor we should know about?
No.
Okay.
Anything quote unquote minor that we should know about?
Have you ever done this before? And not actually got caught?
Well,
And met a minor? What made you do this for the first time? What made you come here to meet her?
Are you slipping into a coma there, Nathan? Speak up.
I really don't know.
You don't know? Do you have a girlfriend or anything?
Nope.
Nope. When's the last time you had a girlfriend?
Never.
Never?
Never.
So you're kind of desperate?
That is not surprising. I mean, I figured women would be lining up to get it on with Nathan Downhour.
Not mean that in a bad way. You haven't had a
I mean it in a bad way.
girlfriend?
Never had a girlfriend.
Don't talk to anybody, nothing like that.
I talked to some girls, but nothing's ever gone past that.
So you get talking to this 13-year-old on the internet and maybe see it as a lucky break for you to have...
Did he just figure like no other female person will ever talk to him, so he just this is the only opportunity that came his way? Which doesn't make sense because he reached out to her. It's not like she was talking to him and he just fell for it. He saw her profile and reached out to her. So obviously he picked her out of the many others when he could have picked an adult woman. So you don't get away with that, Nathan.
Sex. How old are you?
23.
23. Okay. That kind of the gist of it? Have you ever had sex before?
No.
Never. So
Oh, that's why. Yeah, I thought I heard that he's a virgin. I forgot that he actually admits it in that. That's boy, things are not going well for Nathan. He's a complete beta loser who's a complete virgin, and now he's under arrest and going to be going to prison as a registered sex offender. It's his life could definitely be doing better this moment.
a box of condoms with you. You've never had sex before. The whole plan was to have sex with this 13-year-old when you got here, correct?
That was the original plan.
Okay. Did you tell anybody you were coming here today?
No.
And it says Montpelier, Indiana.
Oh, sorry. I keep thinking Hartford City all the time. It is Montpelier. Montpelier's right next to Hartford City.
Okay. Your social security number, what is that? Approximately 6'2", 145.
What's that giant book there in the middle of the table? Is that like a phone book or something?
Is that about right? That's what you got on here? Brown hair, hazel eyes? You didn't tell anybody you were coming here today?
No.
What was your plans once you come here, did what you were going to do, then what was you going to do?
Didn't we already go through this?
Go back to college or
Go home.
go home? You're supposed to be going home anyways?
Mhm.
So your parents don't have any idea you're over here or anything like that?
No.
So everything you've typed in here, you're not denying that it was you typing it or anything like that, correct?
No.
Everything's factual that you typed it.
The cop's giving you an out there. Just be like, yeah, I deny that I wrote all of that. Probably wouldn't help him, but, at least he'd be trying.
How long would you plan on staying here?
Original plan was maybe overnight. When I got here, I don't know, I probably would have left early.
Is there anything else you can think of you need to advise me at this point? As far as anything with this? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
I think Nathan Downhour is going to be a popular guy in prison.
Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit here a minute.
Though if he is a popular guy in prison, it's probably not for the reasons he's hoping.
We'll get a consent form. I'll fill out a consent form. And then we'll get you to sign that. And at this point, you're going to be charged with unlawful sexual conduct, attempted unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Okay? Which is a felony of the 4th degree.
What does that mean?
What's that mean?
Staying here this weekend.
You'll be staying here all weekend on this charge. As far as you want to know the elements of the crime or what?
What's the penalty?
It's a felony of the 4th degree. As far as what the breakdown is, I'd have to look it up and I'll give you that answer in a little bit. Okay.
And it goes on my record, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it goes on your record, Nathan. Not only does it go on your record, but they have a special separate record just for people who do this particular crime. It's called the RSO. Because this crime is so bad that they need to have a list of people that do it just to separate them from the other criminals.
It can go on your record if you're convicted of it.
So I'm going to be tried for it?
Yeah. Yep. Any other questions? Your car, we have that and it's towed to our impound at this time. Okay. At this point, it'll be up to the prosecutor. What's going to happen with the car, so that we'll have to wait, and we can answer that question later on at this point, once we advise him what you've told us and everything else. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let me find a consent form, and then we'll get you out of here. All right?
Is it Taylor University?
Mm-hmm.
You have a phone there?
You right or left-handed? Right. Go ahead and just stand up there. Like either way.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to uncuff your right hand, and then I need you to just leave your left hand behind you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Hold on a minute. Okay. Is the pen laying there?
That's my left hand.
Oh, yeah, use your right hand there. Sorry. Stand behind you. Sign right here on signature.
What's the date, Sean?
24th. Okay. All right, gonna put that down. Put your hand behind you. All right. These cuffs all right?
A little tight.
Huh?
A little tight, but they're supposed to be.
I get a finger in there, and I get a finger in there, okay, bud? We're on a double lock it. So it doesn't tighten up on you. You double lock the other side.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Go in that seat. still have your knife in the car, which we'll check that into your property. All right. You want to put some oil in your car?
You want to get the other sheet?
Car lock. Yeah.
Walk into the light, Nathan. Okay, yeah, so I guess that building they were in before was not the police station. That was just some other area where they were conducting the interrogations, and then they drove them to the police station here.
Come in here.
It looks like that was a fairly short interrogation, but we got this is like halfway, just over halfway through the video, so we may as well just keep going and see if anything else interesting happens.
Right. You should go ahead and put your stand in this little imaginary box right there against the wall, and we'll get a couple pictures of you.
I wonder if it's annoying for the police to have the camera crew there walking around and getting in the way.
So you've never been here before?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you spell your last name?
DOWNHOUR.
And your middle name?
Eli.
Spell it for me.
ELI.
Eli, that's not a name you hear very often.
Are you a junior? Or a senior or anything? Junior?
Sophomore.
And
I need you to turn and face that wall real quick. You should face the door. Just need to get a side shot.
I don't think Nathan's expression or his tone of voice have changed or altered slightly since this video began. Like he has like no emotion. He just seems like he's just going through life on autopilot and nothing could really affect him one way or the other.
Okay, I just need you to turn and face that the opposite way now.
Was he wearing a hat or something earlier? Like look at the back of his hair right here. It just looks like he's got this tuft of hair, like something was like holding it down and then he took it off. It just looks kind of weird.
Okay, you got any scars, major scar marks, tattoos? Nothing? Okay, go ahead and have a seat there. Keep the chair again.
No gang tattoos, Nathan?
Against the wall for me. Yeah, I gotta get this property.
what's your social security number?
Right.
Your social security? And your date of birth?
12/16/1982.
And what city were you born in?
Hartford City.
What was that?
Hartford City.
Did he really have to think about where he was born?
And what state?
Indiana.
And your current address? What was it one more time?
You know, this cameraman's getting all these like close-up shots and everything. Did any of this make it into the episodes? I don't think so.
And the city?
Montpelier, Indiana.
And the zip code?
47259.
And the phone number there? married?
No.
Weren't you listening? He's a virgin and he's never had a girlfriend. How would he be married?
And any children?
No.
Yeah, he has 5 kids. He's a virgin, but he has 5 kids.
Highest education? Highest grade of education completed?
Some college.
Some college. How many years?
Almost 2.
2?
Oh, 1.5.
Where was that at?
Taylor.
Taylor?
Taylor.
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear you.
Sorry. Taylor University.
Ever been in the military?
No.
Any preference in church or
Oh, what a shock.
religion?
Christian.
Nathan definitely gives off military vibes.
Go by any other names?
No.
Are you working?
Well, according to Fast Eddie, Nathan goes by Nathan the Dumbass Downhour.
At the moment.
It's kind of strange how most of these guys never acknowledge the camera there. You figure if some guy was sticking a video camera in your face like this, you'd at least be glancing over at him occasionally.
What color are your eyes?
Hazel.
And your height?
6'3".
And your weight?
He's a lot taller than he looks.
165, 160.
He's very tall but thin.
Glasses or contacts?
Contacts.
What hand do you write with?
Right.
You can read and write?
Yes.
Scratch marks or tattoos?
None.
Can you read or write? We might need you to write a novel while you're in prison, like Lauren Armstrong did.
He was looking up something else. Jailer. Yeah,
Beautiful shot, camera guy.
Is that a 4?
Yes.
Okay. What kind is it?
Dodge Neon. Plymouth.
What year?
1999.
And the color?
White.
Wonder if the camera crews. I wonder if they go home or you'll go out for drinks or something after their shift is done and talk about the various predators and kind of compare notes and observations on them.
You ever been charged with violent crime?
No, ma'am.
You already got the shot through the door, cameraman. Just go in there and hold the camera on Nathan.
Or might be up there. No? Never had domestic or anything?
No, ma'am.
They told me today it's not violent.
Okay.
They called you.
No, ma'am.
Asthma?
No, ma'am.
Arthritis?
This guy's just glaring at Nathan.
Problems?
No, ma'am.
Withdrawal symptoms?
No, ma'am.
Diabetes?
No, ma'am.
Epilepsy?
No, ma'am.
Pain spells?
No, ma'am.
Sexual predator.
Physician prescribed diet?
No, ma'am.
Urinary tract problems?
No, ma'am.
Ulcers?
No, ma'am.
Venereal disease?
No, ma'am.
Ever tested positive for AIDS, tuberculosis, or hepatitis?
No, ma'am.
Any type of heart or high blood pressure problems?
No, ma'am.
Being treated for mental health problems?
No, ma'am.
You ever tried to kill or harm yourself?
No, ma'am.
Feel depressed or suicidal?
Depressed? Yes. Suicidal? No.
Are you on any medication?
No, ma'am.
Any other medical problems?
No, ma'am.
No surgeries or anything within the last year? Use alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
Do you do anything, Nathan? He just has the most boring life, you know. At least if he had an ulcer or something, he'd have something to do. He just seems like he's just such a boring guy.
Yes. Gray sweater, white shoes, white socks, blue shirt, blue jeans, and your briefs. That sound good? And then I have $39.76.
Jeff Real, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's who they need to speak with about getting the car out. That's my only concern with you at this point, and the evidence. I mean, the evidence is not an issue, but that won't be released until the court case is over. If the court decides to release anything back to you, like a laptop or whatever, then we'll give that back to you too as well. Okay? But this is yours, you keep it. Should you have any questions, I'll even write my phone number down there for you.
There you go. Bye. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Good, good.
Okay, Nathan, I need you to come over here. We're going to fingerprint you.
Okay,
You just leave right here. Step right on over here. It's pretty easy. Just explains to you what I need. I need your right thumb, and I'm going to put it right on there. Take that. You just want to step back a minute, relax. Just relax your hand, and I'll do all this, and we can get through this pretty easy. Okay. Go ahead and lift it off. Now I need your left thumb. Same thing. Okay. Now I need your right four fingers. Just like that.
Wonder what happens if someone with that's missing both arms gets arrested. How do they fingerprint them? I wonder if they would do their toes or they just wouldn't bother.
Okay, now I need your left ones. You can, if you need to step, turn, make it more comfortable for you, you can do that. Okay, I'm gonna take that up there. Try it again, one more time.
Nathan can't even be fingerprinted properly. Come on, Nathan.
Okay, see if it does that good. Take that off. Okay, now I need your right thumb. Actually, what I'm going to do here, you just need to relax. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to roll it all the way across the screen. And then pick up. First finger. Probably just smudged a little bit and the system didn't like it. Again, bring that to the corner. Try it one more time. I'm going to roll it this way. I'm going to come back this way. I don't know why it's not taking it. Okay, now I need your left thumb. I'm going to do the same thing to this hand.
Good Lord, his prison sentence is going to be over by the time they finish fingerprinting him.
It'll take it that time. This thing is not like a me today. I don't know why it's not. One more time. Try it again. See if it'll take it this time, and that's it.
I bet you Nathan goes through this all the time. He's just such a pathetic loser that just nothing works. Everything he tries to do fails somehow. This cop's like, I don't understand the problem. We fingerprinted like 100 guys today, and all of a sudden Nathan Downhour comes through and it doesn't work.
Okay, now I need your right lower palm. Put it right like that. Okay, don't move your fingers when we do this.
He's in the candy cane pajamas.
This is all the property we're giving you a base for storing out of it or charge.
Okay, if you want to make a call to your attorney, call somebody, let them know you're here. Maybe call an attorney. Right there's the phone.
Well, he's got no girlfriend to call, so may as well be an attorney.
Go ahead and do that. And it's a quiet call. You want to go ahead and do it? You want to call family? Let them know where you're at?
Not yet.
Okay.
Nathan doesn't have anyone in his life that even cares that he's here. No one will notice him missing.
You're allowed to call if you wanted to call your attorney, that was fine. You can do that now. And you don't want to, wish not to? Okay.
Can I spell your last name? And your first name?
N-A-T-H-A.
Date of birth?
12/16/1982.
Didn't they already like ask him all these questions?
And then sign there stating those are your fingerprints. You can check over everything if you want to. Ready whenever you're ready.
You ready? Ready to grab your stuff? Go over to the other side. Straight up. Control 9 and 10 Downhour to A1 right here. You'll hear it buzz.
Right, and that's it for Nathan Downhour. Yeah, he's not the brightest guy in the world, but yeah, he's just another one of the pathetic losers, but he's just as big of a predator as any of them because we know what he intended to do. So yeah, so if anyone hasn't already, just go over to sign up for my Patreon. I got a bunch of new videos coming. I'm slowly uploading the older videos. So, and I'll keep posting interrogations and other stuff here. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.